Yes, good morning to you guys. My name is Engineer Shehu Isa Adebisi, and you are welcome to my YouTube channel. For this video, I'll be teaching you how to design a simple one suspended floor, and I'm going to be your instructor on this journey. I'm going to teach you how to design a one suspended floor, but this video is only going to explain the principles of general arrangement to you. The next video will be the modeling, while the subsequent video will now be the loading analysis and the design. And I'm also going to teach you the principles that you need to know in structural detailing, principles in which would make your detailing to be very, very fast, and it will make it to be very, very easier. Now, let's begin now. The first thing, I'll be taking you in a step-by-step guide. Like I said, this is a one suspended floor, so it's actually a detached this is one two it's actually a detached two-bedroom flat apartment. Yes, it's a detached two-bedroom flat apartment, but it's actually having one floor. I'm going to teach you the principles that you need to do your general arrangement. Now, the first thing we need to do is to familiarize ourselves with the structural drawing. Then from there, we can now proceed. Like I said, it is a two-bedroom detached um, apartment. As you can see, this is the first floor, this is the ground floor, and this is the first floor. Now, let us begin. If you want to do your general arrangement, the first thing you do is to copy out where you want to work on. Make sure you leave the original architectural drawing because you would actually need it for references. So make sure you leave the original architectural drawing. Now, this is where I want to work. Now, what I do is this. Because of the fact that I'll be doing some adjustments on this one, so, and I don't want it to affect with this one. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to block this. I'm going to block this. I'll block this, then let's give it a name. I'll block this. So this has been blocked. See, if I click it now, the first thing you need to do is what? Is to familiarize ourselves with the architectural drawing which has been done already. Then the next thing you need to do is to clean, and mind you, you start your general arrangement from the ground floor. You start it from the ground floor. This is the ground floor. Then you can now copy to the subsequent floors. Like I said, the first thing you need to do is to do what? Is to clean the architectural drawing. We don't need all these letterings, all these wardrobes, all these things. We do not need it. And this is the principle I use in cleaning my architectural drawing. Now, now I want to do away with all these tests. Now, what you are going to do is this. You are going to select this test, click on select similar, then click on delete. You see that all the text has been removed. The next thing is, now all the symbols for the wardrobe, the doors and the wash hand basin, the kitchen cabinet and what have you also are not needed. A good general arrangement should be clean and should be very, very neat. Now, what we need to do now is this. We will click on select similar. Okay, okay, don't worry. We click on select similar, then we click on delete. Are we together? Then we have this also. Click on select similar and you click on delete. These ones and these ones. What we are doing is that the things that are not needed in the general arrangement, we want to take them out. So you delete all this. Okay, this is the WC. So select similar and click on delete so it can delete it. All these ones are not needed. You click on select similar and you click on delete. are we together, please? Then all these ones are also not needed. You click on select similar and you click on delete. This one's do the same thing. You click on select similar, click on delete. Very good. Now you see that our structure is actually becoming clean and neat now. Yes, click on select similar, you click on delete. Very good. Now you can see that we are almost through with the cleaning of the architectural drawing. The next thing that we need to do now is to get our grid lines in place. The grid line is actually very, very important, and I want you to pay attention. We cannot use the grid line of the architectural drawing because if you look at it, it is not centralized. It is not at the center of the partition. So we are going to remove them and put our own. So I just selected it and I deleted it. The first thing you need to do is to do what? Let us start with the grid lines for the horizontal side, and this is what you do. You will click on XL, enter H, enter. Then now because it is not a closed system, so what you do is this. You can select this or this. So let's put it here. Then let's confirm this. Okay, the wall is actually 225. So we need to get the center of the wall. And how do we go about that? 0. So we are going to offset this to the middle. So 0, enter, then 112.5, enter. Then you place it here. The reason why I selected 112.5 is because of the fact that 225 divided by 2 will give us 112.5. Now, the same thing here also. Let's copy this. And let's place them here. Let's copy this and let's place them here. We might not actually use all, but they are actually strategic positions that we know that we need to put our columns. Now, if this has been done, now what we did for the other one we also do for the other. So we have 0, enter, 112.5, enter. The same thing as this one. Okay, this one is not a 225 wall, so we are going to come back to this. 0, enter, 112.5, enter. Now these ones are 150 walls, they are not 225 walls. So 150 divided by 2 is 75. So we have 0, enter, 75, enter. Can you see that it's at the center? The same thing, 0, enter, 75, enter. Then we cannot delete those ones that we do not need. We do not need this. What we need is only the grid line at the center. We do not need this. We do not need this. We do not need this. And we do not need this. So we delete. So we have our horizontal grid lines in place. Now let's go for the vertical grid line. The same thing also, you have XL, enter, but this time around it will be V, enter. So you click on this side. You click on this side. You click on this side. Click on this side. You click here. Then you click here. We might not necessarily use all the grid lines. Any of the grid lines that we do not need, we are going to delete them. Yes, it will be deleted. Click on this one. Very good. Now, the next thing we need to do now is to do what? Is to get our center line now, because our grid lines has to be at the center. So what we do now is what? 0, enter, then 112.5, enter. Why? Because the wall is a 225 wall. So we need to get the center line. What we are just trying to do is that we are trying to get our grid lines. That's what we are trying to do. Okay, this is a 150 wall. We are going to come back to this. We'll come back to this. So you have 0, enter, 112.5, enter. Yes, you bring it to the center. Bring it to the center. Yes, very good. You can see that the structure is actually coming up now. Okay, there was one that was a 150 wall. Okay, is this one. So this one will be what? 0, enter, 75, enter. Now, very good, very, very good. The reason why I'm not removing the wall sign is because I want to know the exact locations of where we have our partitions. That is why I'm not removing the symbols of the partitions that the architect put. But when I'm through with the framing, I'm going to remove the symbols of the partitions before I export it to Protastructure. Very good. Now, the next thing we need to do now is okay, we are supposed to put our layers in place, but it's all good. It's all good. It can still be done. But let's delete this. Let's delete this. Yes. Let's delete this. Let's delete this. Yes, let's delete this. Those ones that are not needed, let's remove them. Let's delete this. Let's delete this. Yes, so let's delete this and let's delete it. Very, very good. Very good. You can see that the structure is actually coming up now. It's coming up fine and it's actually coming up very, very nice. Now, let us go and define our layers, our layer properties. Protastructure recognizes some certain characteristics of layers. If you export the drawing to the software and you do not define the layers that the software recognizes, the software, it won't be exported very, very well. So we need to define the layer properties that Protastructure exports. The first thing is what? For the grid line, what the software recognizes for the grid line is what? Axis. So we click on axis. Yes, then we'll put axis. I like my axis to be red, so we'll make it red. We'll click on OK. Then for the column, the software recognizes a layer property of column. So you put column. Yes, I like my column to be blue. We'll put blue. Then we'll click on OK. Then we'll close it. Now, very good. Very, very good. Now, the next thing we have to do now is to let us put all these lines that we've drawn on the layer properties of what? Axis. So we'll just come to the layer that we have created. We'll click on axis and voila, you see that it has turned to red. If you click on one now and you see it up, you see that it has changed to axis. You click on one, you see it has changed to axis. Very good. Now, the next thing we need to do now is to what? Is to define, is to put our columns in strategic places. And the rule of thumb that I use in my design is what? I make sure that my column to column span should not be more than 5 meters. For this level you are in now, column to column span can be definitely more than 5 meters. But for this level that you are in now, that we are in now, as time goes on, I'm going to be teaching you the principles in the design of columns that are spanning 10, 15, 20 meters. But for now, because this is a beginner class, so let's stick to just the principles for now. Like I said, your column to column span should not exceed 5 meters. Now, what we need to do now is this. The first thing we have to do is to let us create a column. I use polyline for my column. Like I said, the partition is a 225 by 225, is a 230 wall, a 225 wall rather. So that is why my column is going to be 225 by 225. Nigeria, for Nigeria, the column is actually 225. The width of the column here is 225 millimeter. The width of the block work rather is 225 millimeter, and that is why we are using a column of 225 by 225, because the column has to be hidden inside the wall. Very good. Now, what we need to do now is what is this? Let us now create a column of 225 by 225. Now let's go. We have this, right? This is so we have 225. I'm actually going to use a polyline. So you click on polyline, bring this. So you have 225, right? Enter. Then you come like this, you have 225. Enter. Come like this, you have 225. Enter. Then like this, you click on close, then you'll be able to close it. Now, sorry, let me bring the, I don't want to start certain pages because it's actually going to take a whole lot of time to start certain pages. Now let me bring the dimension that I want to use, so we can just be matching properties. Very good. So this is what I want to use now. So let us confirm our column size. So we have this here. What do we have? Then we also have this here also. What do we have? So we match properties. Let's match properties. So we have 2 to 5, 2 to 5. Very good. So you see that our columns are in place. Now let's now make this the column layer, because that is what Protastructure recognizes. I like my column to be thicker. I like it to be pronounced. I like it to be thick. So let's use 0.3. Let's use 0.35. Okay, my line weight is not on, so I need to bring it on. So you click on line weight display, then you bring it on. Very good. So it's on now. You see that the column is now pronounced. Now the next thing we need to do is to follow the principle I said, that my column should not exceed what? It should not exceed 5 meters. So just because of the fact that you are a learner and you are a beginner, the first thing you need to do, I mean, because we are just starting and we want it to be at a beginner level, is that ensure that your column does not exceed, your column span to span does not exceed 5 meters. Now the first thing you need to do is that let us get our perimeter columns right first. So we'll place here, let's place at the perimeter first. Can you see? Then let's go to the last place too. Let's place at the perimeters. Very good. So we have our columns at the perimeters. Now the next thing we need to do is to now start placing our column. Now if I place a column here, for instance, now okay, let me show you what I'm saying. If I measure this now, as in the way I'm looking at this should be around 7 point something meters, but let's see. Now let's match properties. And see. This should be around 7. Okay, you can see that this is around 7.6 meters. Can you see that it's actually more than 5 meters? So when this happens, you now need to introduce a column to break the span. So now this is coming up now. Now let's do the same thing here. And let's also do the same thing here too. You can see that the structure is coming up. Now let me show you what I'm saying again. Let's measure from here to here. This might be around maybe 8 meters or thereabout, but let's see. Now let's click on this. You see, okay, this is even almost 11 meters. So we need to introduce a column to break the span. Remember I said that it shouldn't be more than 5 meters. So yes, so we can have a column here. It's inside the wall, and we can also have a column here. Very good. Now, because the structure is semi-detached, so it's actually a twin. So anything you do here, you do on the other side too. So we place here, then we come here, there's a column here, and there's a column here, and we actually have one here. Very, very good. So the structure is actually coming out fine. It's actually coming out very, very good. Now, very, very good. Now, let's also break this span too. Let's break this span. Let's place a column. Okay, very good. Now we are here now. Yeah, now, if you're doing your structural framing, ensure that your staircase properties is in place. What I mean by your staircase properties are your risers and your landing. So you'll be able to know how to support it. But here you see that the staircase has been deleted, so I'm going to bring it back now. Now let's come here. Let's come to this place. So let's click on explode. Very good. Let's click on explode. Now we are going to copy this. We are going to copy this staircase. Yes. Okay, sorry, it has not exploded. So let's click on explode. Now, very good, it has exploded. So we are going to copy this now. Let's copy this. Yes, let's copy this. Yes, let's copy this. Very good. Then let's come here too. Let's come here. Let's copy this. Yes, let's come here. Let's copy this. I just want us to know where the landings are and where the risers are. So we'll be able to support it with a column or even a beam, but let's just get it. Very good. So this has been selected. I don't need this. I don't need this. I don't need this. I only need the staircase. Very good. Now, so let's pick a common um point. So let's copy. Then I pick this common point and let me take it to my model. Let me take it to my model. I place it. Very good. So we know where the staircase is and we know where the landing is. So now what I've just done now tells me that I cannot put my column here. I can't put my column here. This is where I need to put my column. I need to put it at the landing so it can be able to carry the landing. So let's put one here at the landing. Let's have one. Okay, you see that we don't have a grid line here. Like I said, the grid lines are not sacrosanct. Anyone we don't need, we are going to remove, and anyone that we did not put, we are going to create. So we'll put one here. Then the same thing. Let's copy 0, enter. Is actually a 150 word that we have there. 150 here. Very good. Very, very good. It's coming up now. So let's copy this now. Let's copy this and let us place it here. Let's place it here. Let's place it here. Yeah, let's do the same thing for this one too. Let's place it here. Let's place it here. Very good. The structure is actually coming out fine now. Okay, this one is not needed. We don't need this. Let's delete this. Let it now. Okay, so we need to put a column at the landing here. This is where the landing is. So let's get our grid line. Let's get our grid line and let's place it here. Then we have a 0, enter, 75, enter, because it is a 150 wall. Are we together? So let's copy this. Are we there? So let's place it at the end of the landing here to support the landing. Let's place here. Now let's do the same thing here. The same place here. So place here. Very good. We can see that the structure is actually coming out fine now. It's actually coming out fine. Now, okay, we can see that this panel is actually big, so we also need to place column here. Okay, so let's have, okay, very good. Now let's work on the staircase. Ensure that your staircase is supported on 4 sides. Yes, ensure it is supported on 4 sides. Very, very good. Very good. Now, okay, let's do the same thing here. Let's place a column here. Let's place a column here. Now let's come here also. Let's place a column here. So we're actually almost through for this step. Now, these panels, we need to put a support here. Now, if you measure this place now from here to this place now, let's take it up and let's match properties. Let's match properties here now. Let's match properties. Don't worry, we're actually going to clean up the, okay, you can see that this is actually 7.65, so it is too much. So we need to put a column here. We need to put a column here. We need to put a column here. Very, very good. We need to put a column here. Very, very good. Okay, so if we put a column here, it's actually protruding outside the door. It's protruding outside the door. So let's have a grid line here. Yes, let's have a grid line here. So we have 0, enter. Then we have 112.5, enter. Very good. Very good. So you can see that the GA, that which is the general arrangement, is actually coming out very fine and very neat. Then let's have a column here too. Very good. Okay, so let's have a support here. Let's have a support here. Then okay, we can have one here too. I don't know if there's a wall here, but this distance and this distance is actually too much. It's actually too much. So let's match properties. So let's match properties. Okay, 6 meters is actually more than 5 meters. So let's try and break the span. Let's copy this. Let's copy this. Let's copy this. Let's put a column. Okay, there's a wall here, so let's put a column here. Let's put a column here. Okay, very good. Now the structure is actually coming out very fine now. Coming out fine. So we are still going to remove this all this partition, but apologies, I'm going to be back to continue with the lecture. Okay, so now the next thing we need to do now is what? The next thing we need to do now is to try and extend the walls. That means that we need to connect all the columns together, connect everything together, connect it together. But before that, let us copy the columns that we have on the ground floor. Let's copy it to the first floor. The columns on the ground floor, let's copy it to the first floor. Then to see if there are any columns that are falling out of place on the first floor. So we'll be able to know if we need to realign the columns or if we need to terminate any column. And how do we do that? Very good. So follow me. The first thing we need to do now is to click on this. Then we'll click on select similar. You see that all the columns have been selected. Then okay, let's look at the architectural drawing. Okay, from the architectural drawing, you see that we don't have any cantilever on this side. We do not have any cantilever on this side. So we can use this line A as a common denominator for our copy and for our selection. You see that we have line A and we also have line 1 on the first floor. So we also have line A and we also have line 1 on the first floor. So we do not have any cantilever. So we can use this as a common denominator. Now, having said that, now let's come here now and let's click on copy. Then let's pick this as our common denominator and let's take it to the first floor now. Let's take it to the first floor and let's put it here. Very good. Very good. Very good. Now you can see that all the columns are sitting perfectly inside the walls. They are sitting what? They are sitting perfectly inside the wall. We do not have any columns that are coming out of the wall. There are no columns that are coming out of the wall. So now we can proceed with our general arrangement. Now let's continue now. The next thing we need to do now is what? The next thing we need to do is to try and create our beams now. And how do we do that? We are going to create our beams by joining all the columns. Okay, since we have already done this now, since we already know where all our columns are now, then we can delete. Since we know all our columns are now, then we can be able to delete the walls. Now, let us continue now. So let's delete this. Now. So let's just click on select similar and let's click on delete. Very good. Very good. Very good. You can see that the structure is actually coming out fine. Then the windows we do not need the windows. Now let's click on select similar. Okay, if we click on select similar, it will copy everything. Okay, so let's delete this. Let's delete this. Okay, the architect didn't group it. It just drew it. Okay, no problem. Now I want this to be more pronounced. I want it to be more pronounced. So I think I can be able to see it very well. So let's just increase the thickness. Let's make it 0.35. Very. So you see that it's actually more pronounced now. We can see it. We can see it properly. Not the way that it was actually faded before. Now let's continue now. The next thing we need to do is what? Like I said, is for us to now remove all these windows, doors, windows. These are not needed. These are not needed. Yes, these are not needed. I'm coming. I want to confirm if this is recording. Okay, very good. It's recording. So let's continue. So you can see all these are not needed. So let's delete this. Yes, all these are not needed. Let's delete this. Yes, all these are not needed. Let's delete this. I would have actually loved to have just selected everything, but if I'm selecting everything, okay, very good. Now, very good. Okay, don't worry. We'll come to this. We'll come to this. We are going to come to this. Come to this. So let's delete this. Come to this. So let's delete this. Yes. Yes. Let's delete this. Yes. So now the next thing we need to do is what? The next thing we need to do is what? Is to close up. The lines in order for us to be able to form our beams. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. We need to close up the lines in order for us to be able to have our beams in place. Now, there is a gap between this and this now. So we need to close up all the lines so we can have our beams in place. And how do we do that? So we will be making use of the extend, the fillet, and the trim command. But let's use extend. So you have EX, enter. So we'll click on this. Click on this. Click on this to extend it. Click on this to extend it. Click on this to extend it. Can we see? Click on this. Okay, don't worry, we'll come back to this. I know what the problem is. Click on this to extend it. Don't worry, we'll come back to this. So yes, we need to extend now. So we'll click on this now to extend. Click on this to extend. You see that the structure is coming out. Click on this to extend. Yes, there are some things that we do not need that are going to be deleted. Yeah, so all these things are not needed. Take it out. Yes. These duct are not needed. We do not need this duct. We do not need this. We do not need this. These are architectural details. These are not structural details. All we just need to make sure is that we do not put columns in where we have duct, and which we didn't do. So we'll take this out. Let's take all this out. Let's take all this out. Yes, let's take all this out. We do not need this. We do not need this. We do not need this. So let's delete this. Yes, we do not need this. We do not need this. Let's delete this. Let's delete this. Yes, let's delete this. We do not need all this. Yes, let's take this out. Let's take this out. Let's take this out. Yes, very good. You can see that the structure is actually coming out. Yes. So yes, what else? We have this also. We do not need this. We do not need this. We do not need this. Okay, these are not needed. Yes, these are not needed. These are not needed. Very good. These are not needed. Now let's continue, please. Let's continue. So the next thing we do is this. So let's click on extend. Yes. So let's click on extend. Yes, very good. So let's click on extend. Okay, let's click on extend. Yes, very good. So let's click on extend. Very good, very, very good. See that the structure is actually coming out. Structure is actually coming out. Okay. Oh, I just drag this, place it here. Just drag this and place it here. Anyhow you do it, just to try and make sure that you achieve what you want to achieve. So let's do AX, enter, extend this, let's extend this, let's extend this, let's extend this, extend this, let's extend this, let's extend this, let's extend this, let's extend this. Yes. So okay, this one is like this. Okay, we do not need this, we do not need this, we do not need all this. Yes, we do not need all this. All these are not needed, all these ducts are not needed, all these are not needed. Yeah, so let's close this up now. Yes, so let's close this up. So we have EX, enter. Let's extend this, extend this, and join this. Yes, so what we are doing is that as we're actually trying to bring out the beams, now, then if we finish with the beam, then we will now go to the slab panels. Can you see now? Okay, so let's extend this also, EX, enter. Yes, this is enter. So let's remove all this. Yes, we might not need all this also, but I will show you how to check. I'll show you how to check if we need this or if we do not need it. I'll show you how to check. Very, very good. Now you can see that the structure is actually coming out very, very fine now. It's coming out very fine. It's coming out very, very neat. Yeah. Okay. So let's continue, please. Now, okay, this has not been now. Let us remove this duct. Let's remove this duct. We do not need this. We do not need all this. We do not need all this. I would have paused the video to do it, then we'll continue, but I just want you to see how we're actually going about this. I want you to see how we are going about this. Yes, so okay, don't worry, we're going to come back to that. Okay, we're actually going to come back to that. Okay, yes, let's close this up. Let's close it up. Let's remove this duct. Let's remove this duct. We do not need this. We do not need this. Yes, we do not need all this. All these are not needed. All these are not needed. What we need are just the horizontal side. So let's close it up. Yes, let's close it up. You can just drag it down, place it here if you like, or just take this, drag it up and place it here. So let's delete all this. Let's remove this. Yes, instead of using extend, that is actually, so let's do extend, EX, enter, enter. Let's extend this to this. Then let's remove this, delete. Very, very good. You can see that the structure is actually coming out fine. Don't worry, I'm going to show you the principles of the slab paneling. So you'll be able to actually see for yourself the principles in slab paneling. Okay, very good. Now, okay, let's close this. We have this. We have this. We have EX, enter, enter. So let's extend this. It has been extended. Now, very, very good. Very, very good. The structural framing is coming out very, very. But I know it's still rough, but don't worry. By the time we're through with it, you will be able to see for yourself what we're actually trying to achieve. Now, very good. Now what we are going to be doing now is this. We are going to be working on the slab panel. Okay, what we are going to do is this. Let me remove this. Let me take this up. I believe there's a duct here. That was why I didn't put a column there. I believe there's a duct there. That's why I didn't put a column there. Yes. So now, if you watch this video to the end, there is no reason why you should have issues with your general arrangement. There is no reason why you should have any issues whatsoever with your general arrangement. This is actually general. And remember, we are going to do the structural design of this particular stuffs of this particular stuff G+1 that I'm working on. We are going to do the structural design, the analysis, everything, and even up to the modeling. Yes, I promise you that. I promise you that. Now, the next thing we need to do is this. Although we are not even through with the beam. Okay, let's close this because this panel is actually very, very big. This panel is actually very, very big. So we need to try and break this panel. Sorry about that. Now you can see for this place that this panel is actually very, very big. So we need to break this panel. We need to break this panel. It's large rather. So I can just come here. And just drag this here. I don't know if this is at the top. Okay, just drag this here. Then come here too. Because it's actually the wall there is a this thing. The wall is a 150 wall. That's why you see that it's not flush with the end of the column, but there's no problem. I'll show you how to go about it. Yes, I'll show you how to go about it. Now come here, let me do Ctrl Z. Yes, so let's trim this off. Let's take this like this. Let's take it straight. Let's break it straight here because we're trying to break. Okay, let's stop this here. Very good. Yeah, so our structure is actually coming out. Now, I want to tell you a principle I use for my slab paneling. The principle I use is I make sure that my slab does not exceed 30 square meter. Yes, it doesn't exceed 30 square meter. And the reason why I'm saying this is because if your slab exceeds 30 square meter, then there is a very high tendency for the slab to deflect, and that means that you might need to use a different slab system, as maybe a rib slab, a waffle slab. That's one. Two, you might need to increase the section of the slab because what we intend to use is a 150 slab. So you might need to increase the slab thickness to maybe 175 or 200 so it can pass. Or you might need to increase the reinforcement so it will not make the design to be economical. So that is why I take it as a rule of thumb to make sure that my slab panel does not exceed 30 square meter. So what I want us to do is that I want us to continue with the beam while we also check the slab also. Now let's check this now. So let's measure from here to here and see what we have. Okay, sorry, this is not correct. So let's click on dimension. And so okay, I know what the problem is. Click. And let's come here too. Let's measure from here to here and see what we have. And let's match properties to set the dimension. So let's click on this. So you have 3825. Let's even say 44. That's 16 square meters. So we're actually still within the limit. So we're actually okay. for this panel. This panel has been sorted out. Now let's check the other panel also. So let's measure this. Yes, let's measure this. Now let's take this up. Now let's match properties. Let's match properties. Let's match properties. Yes, you see that this panel and this panel are the same. So we are actually good to go. We're actually good to go. We are actually less than the 30 square meter. So this is good. So we do not need this. That's why I said that we're actually going to do it pari passu with each other. We're actually going to do it pari passu with each other. So let's do extend. Yes, let's do extend. Yes, so let's do extend. Very good. Yes, so let's do extend. So we have this panel and this panel in place now. Now let's come to this place. Okay, because the panel up is actually okay. Let's measure from here to here. Let's see. Let's measure from here to here. Let's see what we have. So let's match properties. Let's match properties. We have 36525 also. So this panel is actually okay also. So we do not need this. Yes, we do not need all this. We do not need this. Yes, we don't need this. Very good. Can you see that the GA is actually coming out? That's why I said that the beam and the slab are going to be going pari passu. Yes, it will be going pari passu. So the next thing we need to do is what? The next thing we need to do, this panel also looks small. So these ones are actually okay too. We do not need this. Sorry, I have some grid lines that I do not need that I created before. So I'll delete this. It's making the structure to be clouded. I'll delete this. Yes, I'll delete this. Yes, so yes, this one is also the same thing as that one. We don't need this. We don't need this. Yes, don't need this. Very, very good. Very, very good. Now, okay, so this panel still looks bigger, but let's check. Okay, I've measured this. This is 3525. Then let's see also. Let's see what we have here to see if we still need to break this. Let's see. Let's come here and let's match properties. Let's match properties. Okay, so you have 7 times let's even see 7 times 4, 28. So we can leave it. It's still within the 30 square meter that we talked about. So we can leave this. Like this. So you see that this section, it looks neater now. It looks neater and it looks much more friendlier now. Now let's go to the subsequent panels now. So for this place, okay, we already measured this and we are 28. So this is okay. We do not need to actually break the panel. Yes. Now, okay, let's check this. So we have this now. Let's check this from here to here and let's see if we actually need that internal partition. Let's see if there's a need for the internal partition. Now let's measure this. Let's match properties. Okay, this is 5.2 meters. Now let's check this. Let's check this. Okay, so what do we have here now? Let's measure. Let's match properties. Okay, that's around almost 25 meters. So it's okay. It's okay. It's no more than 30 square meter. So it's okay. It's very, very much okay. Very, very much okay. So let's delete this. So we can have this panel. Yes, we can have this panel. But when you carry out your analysis and the panels are failing, then we will now try and look for solution by either breaking the span or by increasing the section of the slab. Anyone is actually okay. So let's delete. So all these are not needed. Let's remove this. Yes, so click on extend. Okay, let's click on extend. Then this one is not needed. We don't need this. Let's remove this. Very good. Very good. So you can see that the structure is actually coming out fine. Okay, so we do not need this. We do not need this. Yes, we don't need this. We don't need this. Yes, we don't need this. Very good. Please, if you have any question, kindly drop your question for me on the comment section, and I'm actually going to respond to you as soon as possible. As soon as possible. Yes, very good. Now let's delete this. Yes, let's delete this. Now let's remove this. Very good. Very good. Okay, this was measured the other time, and we said it's actually 28 meters. So we can leave this. But after the analysis, if we see any thing that we are not actually okay about, then we can increase the section or break the span. Now, very good. Now you can see that our general arrangement is for the ground floor has been done and has been completed. But there's something okay, I'm coming. Let me clean up. I'm coming. Let me clean up the GA. Let me clean up the GA. Let me clean it. Let's clean it up so we do not have let's clean it up. Yes, let's clean this up. Yes, we do not need all this. Yes, we don't need all this. Let's clean it. Yes, we do not need all this. Okay, very good now. Very good. Very good. Okay, so let me try and align. Yes, I'm coming. Let me check the time we have spent so far, because okay, if we get to 1 hour, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop the video. Then okay, don't worry. Let's continue. Let's continue because I want you guys to be able to understand the principles and the rules that are guiding this general arrangement. So yes, this is so now you can see that the structure is actually coming out very nice now. It's coming out very fine. Okay, we do not need this also. Let's remove this. Yes, we don't need this. Okay, very good. Now let's go to the first floor. Okay, this one we don't need this. Let's trim this off. Now let's take this off, please. Okay, very good. Very good. Okay, all these are not needed. All these are not placed properly. And let's remove this too. Same thing we did for the. Okay, so now let's just copy this. Let's copy this to the. Let's select similar. Yes. So let's copy this. Let's copy this to the first floor. So we also have the same thing at the first floor. Very good. Very good. It's in place now. Now, if you look at the first floor now, the staircase area, you see that there are partitions that are starting from the first floor up to the roof. There are partitions that are starting from the first floor up to the roof. So these columns that we have here, that means that they are going to terminate at the first floor. These columns will terminate at the first floor. They will terminate at the first floor. Then they will be starting from they will terminate at the first floor slab. Why we will now have another column starting at the ground floor. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So this one's now, let's move it to the first floor. Yeah, so we'll give it a different color. Okay, sorry. Let's bring this. Okay, let's get a green line for this one. So let's copy this. Okay, so then we have 0, enter, 2.5, enter. So let's delete this. Very good. So let's move this up now. Let's move this up. Yes. Let's move this up. Let's take it up. Yes. So they will be starting from the first floor now. The same thing is also, so these beams now will now become what? Transfer beams. Transfer beam. So let's take this. So let's copy this. Let's copy this and let's place this here. Are we together? Let's 0 enter, 1 2.5 enter. Yes, then let's delete this. So these ones two are also starting from the first floor to where? To the roof. So let's delete this and let's place this here. Okay. So let's let's quickly remove this. Okay, this is the roof. Yes, this is the roof. Yes, we can leave. Yes. So we have the same structural framing principle for the first floor. But the only thing is that these ones are no more going to be. So when they get to the first floor, they will move down to this place. Are we there? So these beams now are transfer beams. That means that the columns will be having columns that will be starting from this point on the ground floor. Very good. Now, the next thing we need to do now is what? The next thing that we need to do is for me to show you how you will now export your model to where? To the software. How you will export your model to the software. But that is going to be done in the next class. That is going to be done where? In the next class. Okay. Okay, let me show you something. Let me show you something. I'm coming. Let me copy this. Let me copy this and bring this. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Okay, let me just copy this. I'm coming. Okay, we might be using this. Okay, let me copy this. Let me copy this and bring it here. Let me bring it here. Okay, so just for the nomenclature purpose, yes, I actually plan to use a beam of for the beam, we actually start with a beam of 230 by 450. If it then fails, then we can increase it to 600. Are we together? So you can say floor beam 1. Are we there? So all this floor beam 1, so just copy this. So you will be giving it a name of your choice that you want. You'll be giving it a name of your choice that you want. In order not to make the video too long, so I'm going to be stopping the video very soon. I'll be completing it. I'll complete it. Then the next class, the next video is not going to be me exporting it to the software. I'll show you how to export it to the software. Then from there we can now start with our modeling. Then for the slab, this is what we do for the slab. This is what we do for the slab. So we have this. So just draw a rectangle. Then we can bring this. We can bring this inside. Yes. So let's reduce this. Let's make this 200. So it can fit in. So you just write slab thick. Yes, let's move this in. Let's bring this slab thick, then let's bring it down. Slab thick 150 mm, 150 millimeter. So this is showing that the thickness of the slab is 150. So like I said, just place it at strategic panels. Like I said, this is actually going to be done. This is going to be completed, but I'm going to export it in the next, show you the exporting and the modeling in the next video. Thank you. I'll show you how to export it. Then we will now start with the modeling. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much.